I'm not. It means that there's where you would like to see me, but I'm not ready to be an honorable.
That is, if I'm told truly, when can that come to pass?
Yes, of course. I want to welcome the viewers for this show here, CHUKU CHUKU, a program that runs from 5 p.m. up to 7 p.m. So you're most welcome.
You had it all from Mosa. We couldn't have lembe dupa muteka timra ingomi uga tunkumalo Uganda. Pulpadano kawuni kanine muta jama peka wachinia kubanchi ngamwen kumeni wa making sure ania wa keli yurisam ginelemo kwa po wi kumjuruwe nemo kumachon chonde chagi malembe betimu kumalembe betimu kujama wachweni Jerome Kid uduogu in the second review mumako jubinju wat kule kuwaya ila kimamana change fungo pien kiparo keneno mut for the past 2 weeks angej kuche cha gina Kingsboy yengario mkada ngeche cha Kingsboy obedu no accident mokumu angire ni lake ugami utor sama lake tur jugamju chiju tubula kichese cha kuwaya kawon chalmo buchweni eduogu review mumako jubinju nen kule kite process cha palake cha utienya nedi ketu jutimamane ketu juwod waya chagi ila kinyo in case etimengo podi maben ugame no angreni apodi nyo kendu nyo jichope medo kulembe mukende kendu afoya nia most of the doctors and kaini shidu mochi wadi akakechi cha when you itie ku emergency kikangi tingu lemperisha ketu ni priority. And because I'm talking about that, I remember some 2 weeks ago one of the legendary artists, that is Kingsboy, got an accident that we talked about here. He got damaged, his teeth got damaged. So today, actually it was yesterday that he was invited to come back for the review to see whether the wires that has been stitched, whether it can be removed. So as we speak right now, I believe that it's ongoing. They are working on it. But though I was so much disappointed in some of the artists in Aluru sub-region that in a way that when they were called for help, nobody showed up. Yeah, the likes of big artists that I thought would do something, in the region to support this legendary artist, nobody did anything. Apart from my brother, that is LB Swiss. Apart from LB Swiss with his friends that he stays with, they at least contributed. They collected some 50,000 that he sent, and some of the artists 50,000. What else? And some of the artists also. One of the artists, I didn't know the name of the artist, also wired 10,000. And at the same time, you are laughing. This is the truth. And at the same time, my brother One Way also did give something. But now, what shows the unity if you can't help someone during the tough time? I remember last time when I was talking about this, I did put the aspect of Ginoham, also sometimes back when he was struggling, people, the guys of Arua, they were just saying, we are going to give him something, we are going to collect money and give Ginoham. Nobody did anything. Nobody collected anything to give some of these. Does that shows unity, Mosh?
First of all, Saj, I want you to understand that the industry we are living in, everyone for himself or for her, then God for us all. One thing that I want to always to encourage the artists here, that during your active, when you are very active in music, do all possible ways to make sure that you collect enough, you earn enough, so that when you leave, sometimes it's not good to call someone a legendary artist when even personally you cannot even afford it. Legendary means that you have done everything in your capacity. Right now, you can, let me say, you can now upkeep yourself at your old age. So if you are an artist, please work hard to make sure that you don't burden maybe others.
You don't become a burden to others.
To others when now you are no longer active. So I think this one is a good lesson. Sometimes we learn from some of these things there, like how you have said. this guy was not helped, yes, true. It also comes back to him. How has he been relating with other artists? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sarge, let me tell you one story. That Sarge, if you are an artist, and during your reign, you've been shining everywhere, and you have not pulled maybe the hands of other artists. So whatever thing happens to you, I will not want to know. You get what I'm saying?
But you see, yeah, you see this guy, this guy that we are talking about here.
This unity you're talking about, this unity, it also starts with you, who wants the help. Have you been
of help to others?
So generally, me, I feel that you know, now right now, an eye for an eye. If you have been there for others, they'll always be there for you.
An eye for an eye.
Yes.
And of course, I'm talking about that. There's one guy who stood by his side. That is Jerome King. You know Jerome King?
Yes.
Yeah, Jerome King stood by his side, and Jerome King gave out to 100,000. Okay. Jerome King supported him with 100,000 because he's the person who inspired him. You understand? He's the guy who nurtured him. He helped him when, you know, back then when they were singing.
This now you're coming.
So now,
you're coming back to what I was trying to.
So Andy, that's what I'm telling you. So this is the guy who helped so many of the artists. Yeah. Who did?
For you are saying so many, but let me tell you, people always. You know, one thing that you should know is that there's no way you can tell that someone has helped so many, and he fails even to raise even 1 million shillings. I'm telling you.
No, the thing is why I'm saying that he helped so many, because his music inspired so many people to get in the industry. You understand? And the music he sang one of the by then it was one of the biggest songs.
Now, do you know people how they look at music nowadays? People look at music as their business, your own business.
That's your own business.
It doesn't mind about the content which is in the music. It is your own business. Because people have so many options. I can decide to listen to Nigerian music. I don't listen to your music. You get what I'm saying? So we should not now right now. Let us leave issue of considering that somebody's music has spoken. Maybe it has touched people's heart. No, let me tell you, so many people have sung the same music and they have listened to so many songs. So don't put yourself there also that hey, me, I'm DJ Mosh. I've done so many mixes, and my mixes, the people love it so much, and people should remember me for that. Trash.
It's a trash.
Yes, I'm telling you.
So talking about that, this is the guy
especially
who's a member. I believe he's a member of Grammar. You know, he's a member of Grammar, of which is being led by our sister. That is like Umasi.
You know, sir, when you want to know your value or your importance to the public, to the community you are living, you just fall sick one day. If your neighbor does not come for you to see you in the hospital,
know that you're not a good neighbor.
No, you just not, you're not doing, you have not been good to your neighbor. So once everyone get concerned, I'm telling you, you remember the story of Jack P, late Jack P. When he fell sick, how many people went to visit him? So many went because the way how he had that connection with other artists. You remember he had a studio, so he was of more importance. That's why people visited him and they felt that they should help him. So the moment you are living, you are active. Make sure you relate well with people. In order that when you're not active, they can even pay, they can pay back. But once you're active and you're not relating well with people, you know, sometimes we have this swag of, sometimes we feel so bigger than people who have put us there. Everyone can say, hey man, this one is, I'm telling you, start valuing yourself right now. Where have I reached? Have I achieved whatever thing that I want to achieve this year? Now we're already half of this year here. Okay, yeah, we have started the show very fast. First of all, I want to congratulate all the aspiring candidates. I think the nomination is still going ongoing, or is it right now?
I think the nomination is still ongoing.
I would like to congratulate all the candidates
who made it through.
Yeah, who are nominated. Especially one of the biggest Poster General, that is Moses Ali. I want to congratulate him and pray for him that his sickness. Actually, he's sick. You know, one thing that I would like to say is in West Nile, we will have a representative, something that let me say the big man, His Excellence, can think about West Nile is Moses Ali. Him being at the West Nile, so the big man can think about us all the time. So that's why people, some people were asking that, yeah, blah, blah, there are a lot of negativities. But let me tell you one thing, that it doesn't mean that Moses Ali needs to be very active, to be remembered. But it is just like he's now there to represent the whole of West Nile.
And of course, we understand that what is going on, and still the nomination is still continuing. But now, we were in a verge of saying, like giving I did give you an example of too, and where people also babble like that, and at the end of the day, they did not even help him. And now comes
Saji, I want to understand one thing, Saji. You have seen the economy right now. Are we really doing well?
Economically?
Hey.
But by the way, there's doing well, and there's not doing well.
Do you know that? Do you know that I can have?
Let me first ask you. The economy is not well. If I'm told that I happen to fall into a trouble, won't you even raise something small to help?
Depends on how you relate with me. Yes. I'm telling you one thing, Sarge. Now, for you, let me show you one thing. Of course, what I'm saying is that, Sarge, if you fall sick right now, I'll be among the first people who will come to see you. You get what I'm saying? Because we work together, we relate very well. But now, if you keep yourself at a distance, so it's going to be hard
for you to come and
it's going to be hard for me to come and say, because right now you have to utilize the resources that you have to make sure you survive in this economy right now. Now, if I don't have, what do you want me to give? You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you may blame these artists for not helping a fellow artist, but maybe even sometimes you may find that things are also very hard on their side. Let us not say that the artists are not helping. Artists there's a disunity among the artists. My friend, I'm telling you, things are not hard. You tell me how many times, okay, this time here, you tell me, the whole of this month here, how many artists are, okay, in average or in percentage, how many artists are having shows every week? Less than 10% out of 100.
No.
Sarge.
Listen, of recent, do you want to have a show in Kampala? Listen, you asked.
Have you got this question very well?
What was the question?
The question is, artists generally, if you are having 1,000 artists, how many are having shows?
Around 20%.
In percentage. If we are having 100 artists, how many artists are capable of working every week, in a week?
Out of 100, at least 20.
You'll find 0.1%. So it means that people are not doing well. You see right now, Sarge, I'm telling you, I can even give you an example. Like now, how many times do we have big shows that comes, maybe artists coming from Kampala to Arua?
No, but when talking about the artists coming from Kampala, it has reduced.
No, it gives you the right calculation that
for me,
things are not
listen,
things are not good. Let us not pretend that things are good.
You see, for the past 2-3 years now, I've seen the speed of artists coming from central to this other up country. It has reduced. Why, ask me? It's because there's a way people have started loving their own. You understand? In most cases, we have seen now like the big events that you see around the town is for the big dogs. You understand? They put in a lot of money via marketing and also paying the artists at the same time. And they show the event itself cannot even work without any single artist from this other side participating in that. Tell me, which promoter for the past 3 years, like let me say, which promoter has ever organized an event here, not including a West Nile artist in that very particular show, like more than 3? Tell me, which event was that, and when was it?
What we are trying to look at is the event That okay, you are asking me a question about the event, but this is not the thing that we are discussing. What we are discussing right now is.
Auntie, I'm trying to bring you the other aspect where you said of the average. You understand? There's out of 100%, out of 100 artists, how many artists would perform in a month or every
now,
weekend?
Let me show you such one thing that out of 100 artists per community, maybe within the town here, how many are capable of having shows weekly?
Weekly? You're asking me? Should I tell you?
Yes.
Like I gave you an example.
Percentage. How many artists are able to get shows every week?
20% of 100.
Sarge.
Yes. By the most, guys are busy. Guys are busy moving. I did give you an example of my brother, Diwan Gabana. And we are expecting something from him, that is the Dawa. I don't know when Dawa is dropping.
You see, you're talking of a brand which is already established. But look at the artists who are not established. Look at the number of shows that people are having in Arua. Okay, let me give you now. Who right now, which artist in Arua here is having shows weekly?
In Arua City?
Yeah, in Arua City here.
Who is having show weekly?
Yeah.
They are guys.
Like who?
They are guys.
Because we have, my friend, what I'm telling you right now, people are struggling.
People are struggling.
So don't just come and say artists have failed to help a fellow artist because there's this unity. I strongly believe that people are not helping because they don't have.
Because they don't have. And of course, away from that, we all believe that it's all about, it's a win-win game. When you scratch my back, I scratch your back. So for the artists out there, make sure that the way you relate to the people, with other artists there, not only the artists, but any other socialite out there, the way you relate with them should be in a way that when something happens, you can stand in, you know. We have seen so many artists, so many entertainers, when a friend happens to lose maybe a relative, there's a way they don't turn up, there's a way they don't even give support to those ones. But it's not a good thing. Because this thing is just like in Lubarati, Nyakudi, around the room. So you never know, today is him, tomorrow it will be you. And of course, we don't expect things to come our way like in a bad way, like expectingly. No, you can't. It just come abruptly. Like talking about death. Death is not something that knocks your door that I'm coming. If it would, if death does that, trust me, people will be knowing that today or tomorrow next I'm going to die. Yeah. So you start preparing yourself. Yeah. You start preparing yourself ahead of the time. But this is what does not even you can never know.
And now we have reached the level that people don't mind about the sickness. They only mind about when someone has died.
That's when they go.
Especially that's when people come in and they will give mabugo. You know mabugo?
Eh?
Mabugo. Hey.
So look at it. Look at it. Alur vini.
Not like that.
Even alur.
You see one thing that I don't like that slogan.
That slogan.
I don't like the slogan.
But now, if only they will come, seeing your dead body lying down to come and help you, that meaning that they only like that thing, lying down.
No,
there.
of course you know. The challenge here is sometimes we like pretending.
Pretending, eh?
Pretense, yeah. Pretense has killed so many things. Sometimes you may say, like for example, Sarge, if I said I'm sick, you hardly believe. Till when you see now it is serious, maybe I'm bedridden, that's when maybe I'm hospitalized, that's when you can think that I'm sick. But most times that there's what we call a stunt. So people have that kind of, we always sometimes put stunt. Now the people who brought that thing of stunt have really killed everything in a way that right now when you say something, people don't believe. Till when they see that this guy is really dying.
That's when they come in.
That's when they come in. But the actual things, actually what I'm trying to say is that we live in pretense. So since we live in pretense, it has also affected the other way around. So sometimes I already see trust. Trust has become very hard to know whether the person is serious or is not serious. So when you say like how you say that slogan in Lugbara, or the slogan that most people believe or say in Lugbara, what does it say?
Lugbara leke avoni.
Lugbara leke avoni. It means in a simple translation, Lugbara they love what?
Dead body.
Dead bodies.
Even Alurus are the same.
They also have the same slogan. Do we have that slogan in Aluru?
This is the same thing that is happening, but of course we need to wipe those things back, away from that. So, we need to start helping people.
One thing that you should know is that that's why I was asking you on percentage. How many artists do you think are capable of getting shows? Because we know that there are some artists who are, the biggest number of artists are not established. So the others who are established. Right now, in the time, things have changed completely in the industry. Things have changed, and if you are outside there an artist, you still have maybe, should I say vintage or something like now, you still have that old way of doing things, my friend. You feel it.
But I'm talking about the legendary guys, the guys who have been long time in the industry, yeah? Most of these guys, they didn't make money. Few made money. Now, talking about West Nile, the Greater North.
Let me tell
you. Listen, that's what I'm telling you. Few made money out of music. And as we speak right now, the current music now, it's hot cake. You get? The current music that we're talking about here is now it's hot cake. So now that the current music is hot cake, is it a crime for the current guys to help the guys who started raising the flag? If I'm told they are in need, that is the question.
It's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
It's not a crime, but that's why I'm saying that use the time well. Get what I'm saying? Use the time very well.
They used their time very well. Yeah. Back then,
why
they did not make money. You see, back then,
why are you struggling if you use the time very well?
Back then, music had no money.
Now, Sergi, do you know that Sergi, there are some, let me even say this one here. I know viewers outside there, you'll also believe with me. You'll believe in one is, I want to say this one here without fear or favor. One thing that you should understand is that there is a certain age, it is hard for you to be employed. You're supposed to employ people. There is a stage that you reach, some age bracket that you reach, you're supposed to provide employment to people. And when you reach that stage there, nobody is even going to see you. Nobody will even want to know. You get what I'm saying? So it comes back to an artist who is with a legendary. You did not use their time very well, that's why you're struggling. Otherwise, if you had used their time very well, because they were, I think one of the things that the resources, not right now, I always tell people, right now resources are very minimal, there are few resources. So use them very well to make sure that you make money. Otherwise, the opportunities are even, they are reduced. Because we are now in a very competitive world. A world where there is a lot of competition, and you need to make sure that at least you cannot beat your work to make sure you can be visible. Otherwise, if you cannot beat your work, you'll not be seen.
And of course, that is more telling you that you need to beat your work. But for me, before we go for the music break, I will only tell you that, for the guys, definitely let's learn how to scratch our back. And of course, just like said, back then music had no money. So now it's time for the current guys at least to pull out the guys. When you organize, when those legendary guys, when
and now they'll ask you, people will ask you, Serge, someone will ask you that, Serge, if I give you, now right now people right now, because of this poverty,
if they give you what?
Now someone will ask that, Serge, the Charlie Wolf speaking, in the town right now, people ask that, where they benefit. You get what I'm saying?
See, that is the thing that is killing us.
And now I'm showing you, people are asking, they always ask them, so where they benefit. You say, money. Somebody say, so. This one, it happened, there was a man who was marrying, a friend of mine who was marrying the wife in Fort Portal recently. When I went to Fort Portal, you heard about that story when we were going to Fort Portal. This is a guy who has been related with so many guys in the garage, in so many different aspects of life. But one day when this guy was going to marry the wife, people turned their back. Why? They were asking the same question I'm asking. Where they benefit. So people always want to see where they benefit. Where they put money, they should also have a return. So that's the challenge.
Let me first ask you, then we go for a music break. If a dead body lies there, then you happen to give your contribution, where will you get it?
The contribution?
For the dead body.
And now you are paying the last respect for the dead body. Of course, you know that Justin is not going to money anymore.
Alright, let's go for the music break. It's all about scratching your back, and when you scratch your back, it's a TBT throwback time. And when we bounce back, we're gonna be talking about a lot of stories. Legendary Biebe Cool also came up with he rejected he rejected some money for performance somewhere. But of course, we shall be bringing that in the second hour of the show. And Alliance King accused of domestic violence. All this will be coming in the second hour of the show. Let's go for a music break. It's a TBT, it's a throwback where we're gonna be doing the match of those type of music, giving you back to back throwback music. Before that, we have a couple of music that played on your screen. But of course, I still remain the only guy that speaks in capital letter, and he remains the only scratch down in the entire country. If I'm told somebody happens to use that name, scratch down, what would you do to that person?
It depends. Rather than being that that's how I identify myself among other DJs.
So meaning that if that person is to also
yes, of course, sometimes a name can be bigger than you yourself. Yeah, sometimes the name can be bigger than you yourself.
Then you fail to maintain the name.
Yes, you end up. Yes, things always don't move smoothly, so sometimes things don't work out.
And of course, I'm talking about that. I remember earlier on, we did say that when we bounce back, a lot of celebrity gossip right here. And of course, I'm talking about that. First thing first, legendary Biebe Cool. Biebe Cool rejected, it says that Biebe Cool rejected 100 million to perform in a concert. 100 million. When you look at 100 million in terms of dollar, it's around 30,000 US dollar. Yeah? It's around 30,000 US dollar. That is 100 million. But now, according to him, according to Biebe Cool is like, for him, when you see him performing in any of the concerts, know that he has been paid handsomely. That is when when you see him performing in a concert. Then he also asked the question, and of course, did you? That's the only. But now, also he did say that for him, there are specific things that he considers in a concert. Yeah, before accepting to go on stage. The first thing is, who are the organizers of the concert? How influential is that concert? Now, then who are those artists who are going to perform in that concert? Then lastly, do they pay well? These are the things that you always consider. Then before he makes up his mind, before he charges, he first look at those things. Yeah? If he's to perform with another artist, who are those artists? Is that artist influential? Is that artist big? So now, if that artist is big, how much do you think that artist was paid? So he wants to be paid all double, or at least a little bit higher than those artists. So now, for him, he did not disclose the concert. He was talking about 100,000. Yeah, he was talking about 100,000 US dollar. But of course, this promoter sent the assistant to bring him 100 million cash. He rejected the money. So now, according to Biebe Cool, really. So now, first tell me, which promoter here in Uganda, if I'm told is in Uganda, which promoter do you think can pay that amount of money, like 100 million, for an artist to perform?
Yeah, of course. Yes, Inspire Africa has done that. So many artists have performed more than that. We remember the scenario of Diamond picking over 700 million, which was confirmed by some of the political figures in this country. So I would say it comes back to branding. Baby Cool has been in the industry for so many years, and the the brand keeps growing
every single day.
Yes. Now, like right now, Baby Cool, you are looking at Baby Cool as a person, but Baby Cool has management team. Management team, when you look at the build-up of the management team of Baby Cool, I would like to say that Baby Cool has one of the biggest, let me say, the biggest management team. You will see the likes of, should I mention names or I leave? Because you
Yes.
know that, yes, of course, you know, some of these things are confidential. I don't want to mention names. And maybe you attack them and so on. So Baby Cool as a brand, it comprises so many big men behind. There are so many big men behind that brand. Gargamel, you know, he has Gargamel TV, and you know, he has the likes of, I don't want to mention names in this show here. Yeah, you know, guys, there are so many guys. Like the other time when I came to know the management team of Baby Cool when he had this scenario where he had a case with one of the owner of comedy store, Muhanji. So when he had an issue with Muhanji, that's when I came to know people who are really there to support Baby Cool. Whatever thing comes, if there is anything to do with damaging the brand, the people who stands before him even saying anything, they always stand firm and say, this is very wrong. You get what I'm saying? They say this is very wrong, or this is not what he meant. Like you can speak something as such as the brand, but there are some people who are going to come and defend it, defending you saying anything. People will defend that, Saji didn't mean this, he meant this. So those people are ever there. But Baby Cool refusing 100 million. Yeah, he may refuse the money. Reason being that, you know, this money here, it may not be, sometimes he has calculated very well that the money may not be enough according to the brand. Because when you look at people who are really working hard to make sure the brand still have that visibility all this year long, you never know. So it's not easy. First of all, you never out of the 100 million, he was going to get around the 20 million. The 80 will not know where the 80 has gone. Yeah.
So according to you, he's right because of the brand?
And you said it all. It depends on which concert. Like
the artist
I'm very sure that if you are to call Baby Cool to come perform maybe in a concert that is owned by Noob, when you give him 500 million, he may not go because he has something to protect.
He's protecting something.
Yes, he's protecting.
And of course, I'm talking about the protection. This is the same Baby Cool who did say something, you know, when people were asking him. He said on a daily basis, his expenditure is 3 million. He spends 3 million on each and every single day, meaning that every single day his expenditure is 3 million Ugandan shillings. So now, 3 million in Ugandan shillings. Now talking about that, and then he also asked, people were questioning, you know, definitely people will question the, you know, the way he makes his income. Yeah, people will. So he did say he has 3 different ways that he makes his money. One, he's a businessman who does a stone quarry. You understand? Stone quarry. So he supplies the government with the stones. Then that is the first business. Then the second business is a political guy. Yeah. He's an NRM. Let me say he belongs there. You know, he knows the reason why he's there to protect. He knows what he's protecting. So when it comes to politics, he's also there. You know, one of the four guy.
I think the best word you can use there is a cadre. NRM Kada.
And
Yes.
so you said it all. So now, then lastly, music. He makes money from his music. Yeah. These are the three different ways of how he makes his money.
Yeah.
So now it was like he gets bigger money. Then when it comes to financial budget, that's when he pays the government. You understand?
Yeah, of course, viewers, I want to say one thing. When Baby Cool, what I know so much about him, is a musician, he's an artist, he's a singer, he's somebody who has branded himself very well. He's one of the people right now we need to celebrate, we need to appreciate as one of the people who have really changed the music industry. You know where we have come from, and I think right now we know where we are going. To a certain extent, we need to credit him for the good work that he has done all this long. So I would say Bebe Cool Big Size, musically, I think he has taken another step. The step he has taken is a way that he didn't do, like the album that he has just been recently. I saw one of Break the Chain. I was seeing one of the interview where he was involved in. Yeah, he was trying to say, the JP, James Proper, was trying to comment on the album that there's certain thing that he should have done to make sure that this album works out. But people said, for him, if he had the feeling that he chose the right people to work with. So if he did not choose you, which means you're not of relevant to him, which is right. I'm telling you, Sarge. If I've not recognized you, I don't need their input in my album, which means you're not relevant to me. You're not relevant to the project that I'm trying to put up. So in that way, I think one of the things that I want to say is that sometimes we like forcing ourselves into some of these people's projects, people's businesses. So I would like to say that actually Baby Cool, people have believed that so many people have been hitting Baby Cool very hard because of the project that he has put in a lot of money, that he Break the Chain album. But I want to say, Serge, that I think Baby Cool is contented with whatever thing that he has put out there about the album. When I'm saying that one day, he was even trying, I even heard him saying that all along he has been doing music. People we had some big names, albums, okay, songs, single songs in his name, like the likes of Easy, the likes of Love You Every Day. But all along, he has been having only 40,000. 40,000 what? 40,000, let's say 40,000 views or something like that. Yeah? Something like it was streamers.
40,000 streams.
Yeah, streams. So, which means that if now the new album that is having Break the Chain is now almost clocking to 200,000. It's actually around 170 within 2 weeks. So
meaning
that means that the album is doing very well, and which means he's also the other way around. He's also going to get money. So in all, what I want to say is the one thing that people I want to say is that if the young artists outside there, the one thing that I got in that interview, there's so many things that I learned. One is that we need to start this one in Western area. Some of us here, especially DJs. They will go to YouTube. They see what they want to find out is the song that has been the most streamed songs. So they will get them and start playing them. So you outside, now right now here who is complaining, hey guys, they like firing Nigerian music. Hey guys, like firing music from Central. Guys, DJs, they don't want to play, supporters, they don't want to do what? What have you done as an artist? How have you promoted? Yes.
DJs are throwing
No, I'm not throwing the question to them, but I'm trying to, you as an artist, what have you done?
In the industry?
What have you done in terms of maybe
branding yourself,
branding and marketing your product? So one of the way of promoting yourself or promoting your product or marketing your product is by having many streams as possible. So the platforms You know the platform, we have Spotify, we have Apple Music, and Amazon. So many of them, they're outside there. So what you do is once you upload your music there, find a way how you can promote it. And even the quality of the music matters. Because me, I'm not listening. Sometimes I may not listen to some of the music which are not having good production. So what you do is get a studio which can produce for you the best quality. So people can listen, the best quality sound, so that people can listen to you. So the more, actually, one thing, tomorrow I think we shall have a time we need to discuss about streaming. What does this word stream means? What it means?
But of course, because of the time factor, we're gonna because of the time factor. That's all I have to tell you, the people out there. You know, Baby Cool did say that, his expenditure is always 3 million each and every single day. So you as artists, how much is your expenditure on a daily basis, and how do you often get the money? As we take off away from that, we're gonna continue tomorrow.
You see, one thing that Saji I want to say is that each of his expenditure is not that I don't want to say much about Baby Cool, about his privacy, because how much he spends in a daily basis, it doesn't matter. Even me, I can come out and say that every day I'm spending this amount of money. No, I can say this that I spend. I'm not saying that 5 million.
So
does it add on? If I come out and say that I spend this amount of money on a daily basis, does it really? How does it help you? Does it help you? So in all, what I would say is that the most important thing is the album, because this album. One thing here, what I want to say, it's going to encourage so many people to come up with album. And why I'm saying that one day is, having dropping an album, there's a way how it makes you in terms of streaming. So
it's okay.
It helps you so that people can watch different
songs.
They can listen to different music, different songs on different platforms.
And of course, as we take it away from that, the rumors circulating around the music industry. One of the most controversial artists in Uganda. You have made it through that type of style of how to promote his music and do the rest of the things. We have seen, before he began singing, before he hit the peak. This is the guy who was so much into TikTok. Back then he was so much into TikTok. Whatever he does, he throws it at the TikTok. Before any single small thing that he does, he throws at the TikTok, a TikTok platform. This is none other than Alien Skin. So of course, Alien Skin right now, as we speak, has been accused. The wife has accused him of,
domestic
violence, of which, according to the wife, that it's now too much, that she couldn't take it anymore. They have 3 children. First one is 7 years, the second one is 5. Then the last one is 2.5 years. And this is the guy who always, beats him each and every single time. And what annoyed us so much is the guy, Alan Skin, beating him at the middle of the night, throwing her out of the house, and leaving the children there. And yet she's complaining, as a mother, there's a way you want to take charge of your own children. And she's saying people should intervene in that, because leaving her children with a co-wife, she doesn't, because if they can beat her like that and remove her out, chase her out of the house in the middle of the night, how about the life of his children? And at the same time, the man doesn't care for her. At the same time, also the children. So now, in her absence, what will happen to the children? She's calling upon, let me say, the people to intervene in this. So now, according to you, Mosh, we understand that Fan Gone, Fan Gone is one camp that has a lot of controversial things,
Fangon Forest.
Fangon Forest. That very camp has a lot of issues. Should it be that why do you think this Alien Skin, the guy, like you have let me put it like this: you have a woman and you have a children. You happen to bring another wife, which is okay by your woman. She accepted that woman wholeheartedly. Under which circumstance would you start treating your first wife and children at the same time in bad ways?
I would say this one here. Such, for example, for us here, we have been in a relationship not less than 1. So This is the same question that you are asking me. Is the same way I'm going to answer it. If you have ever been in a relationship, no more than one, you have knocked your leg, not less than once. That means that you need to understand that there are dynamics that comes when it comes to relationship. So I have a feeling that the alien skin, I've not had, I didn't want to give my opinion, but what I would say is that domestic violence is a very bad. It doesn't matter which side, if it's the other side of the man, but always domestic violence always affects so much women. But I would say, unfortunately, that I haven't heard the other story, the other side of the story. So for me to come up and say this one is the person who is wrong between maybe the wife and, but I respect so much women. That's why I would say, alien skin, if it's true, bury the hatches. They can get back because you have children, not only a child, you have children with this woman here. Her accusation may be of domestic violence. That's domestic violence because she has made us to understand that they are living in the same house with a co-wife. So, should they say co-wife? Or is it
yeah, it's a co-wife. But you see, Mosh, let me tell you something. Women are going through a lot. Remember the scenario of our brother that is a Weasel with the wife. Then at the same time, LP Shadi and the wife. You understand? The story that came after that, it was a huge story. You understand? Before, let me talk about it before the separation of LP Shadi and the wife, Sinaz. The story that came behind that was a very long story. You understand? So meaning that there are things that women are passing through. You know? There are things that women are passing through. Sometimes
even it is them who are causing these conditions to happen to them. Serge, let me tell you one thing. You know you are married to a man. I'm giving just some short story that something that has happened to some way back. You are someone's wife. You are living in the same house, but always you turn your back to your husband. Not only once, not only twice. It comes to almost 2 months.
You turn your back
to your husband.
You don't face the husband.
Of course you understand. What do you want me to say? Sarge, you understand what I mean. So
meaning that turning the back sometimes also brings a lot of issues.
And now, first of all, you are married to a man. This is something.
A man is not married to you back.
You are turning your back to the man every single night for almost 2 months. Now, when things start happening in a way that now the man finds that, sometimes it is so annoying. So some of these conditions are created by you people personally. So you find that the way how you treat your husband at home, let me tell you, Serge, do you know the reason why a man decides to abandon the wife and go for another woman? Ask yourself. There may be some conditions which are not good at home. Why I'm saying this one here, Serge, you have married your wife, you think that maybe you're going to live, maybe you're going to live happily at home. At the end of the day, when you come home, the woman does not welcome you, does not know what you have gone through.
She gives you a sambusa face.
Of course, now you have gone through a lot when you are looking for money. You are meeting so many people.
Back home expecting peace of mind.
Yes, you want to come and have peace of mind. You find
they give you peace of hell.
Now, when you come home, you find yourself that a woman is not having a welcoming because you have not brought anything. So that kind of condition that may be.
Yeah, as
sometimes they end up even reaching home late. So it is a woman who is at home there, who should make your man to love you or to hate you.
So meaning that there was a time I came across a certain woman who was like saying, you see, an old woman. She was like, you see, a man takes a day or a month to date you, yeah, to sweet talk you, to do whatever think. To win your heart. But you as a woman, you are going to date this man for the rest of your life. Was she right? Like a man, once a man brings you home, it's now the duty of a woman to be, to be babysit, to to
No.
be babysitting this woman.
No, you know,
Like, each and every single time the man comes back home, baby, you see, you're welcome.
Serge, one thing that you should know, in a relationship, women have that there are women who are too emotional in a way that anything that happens, they have that kind of they have that kind of let me say driving force that they feel that it's not correct, it's not right for a man to do this one to me because they have already given their heart. So sometimes, I have a feeling that women, they are always genuine, they are always honest when it comes to relationship. Majority of them, percentage, than men. For us men, we are pick and play. We like that kind of pick and play.
And of course, the 5 minutes to the top of the hours as we wrap up. As we wrap up, give me that.
Sir, me, I know you like those stories so much, but I'm not going to proceed with that. I just want to say thank you so much for watching Chuku Chuku. I know if I'm to continue with that one there, we're going to spend a lot of time here. But I would like to say that sometimes good things ends in a hot way.
In a hot way.
So I would say let us meet tomorrow.
And of course, talking about alien skin and back to the women. Like Mo did say that it's how you handle your man. And I did give you a story of an old woman that a man dates you now, but you'll be dating that man for the rest of your life. Once you people are married, you have to date that man. You have to sweet talk that man to up the rest of your life. So all these things sometimes comes back to us and what we do on our daily living. And I would not say that alien skin is right, beating the wife, mistreating the children, the wife, and at the same time, and she's right over that. So definitely, people need to look at that and come in, help the woman as soon as possible because she's really heartbroken. She wants her children to go back. She wants to go and stay back with her children. So now it's upon now the man to decide, but also women. We should also do things at the right time. You don't bring a gloomy face when a man comes back home. This issue of bringing you gloomy face, trust me, it chases the men away to go and look for where they can have smile. A man will come back from work when he's too much, exhausted with a lot of things, coming home expecting some peace of mind, but when you give him peace of hell, trust me, the mindset will definitely change. From me to you, it's a bye-bye. It has been a wonderful time. And of course, with you guys watching right there, I know all of you are watching from Sudan, Juba, DR Congo. Thank a lot for supporting West Night TV. More so shout-outs to my friend, that is Binti. I know you're also watching. But of course, from here, see you till tomorrow.